How's it going? Today, we're going to talk about some 3v3 defensive teams that you need to stop setting in Grand Arena. I am in Kyber 1. I am using the top percentile sorting feature on SWGOH.GG, so you will see teams that are being set at the top of Grand Arena 2. So this is not just, oh, well, low-level players are setting Phasma. There are people setting these over 10,000 times last season. So this is all the data from last 3v3 season. And I've only looked at teams that were seen more than 10,000 times in the top percentile. So these are being set. So there can be, oh, I'm in Kyber 1, I don't see that. I'm in Kyber 2, and I don't see that. I'm in Erodium, and I don't see that. This is being set everywhere. Okay, we're only looking at teams that have a less than 10% hold rate, meaning they're beaten. In this case, for example, 97% of the time, so it has a 3% hold rate. There is one exception on this list, but we'll talk about it when we get there. I did omit a few teams that were around that 90-91% that I know for a fact were Datacron related last time. So I don't want to skew the data too much and be like, oh, well, for example, Dengar had a Datacron last 3v3, HK had a Datacron last 3v3, and like Shorty Droids and Bosk with Dengar had, you know, higher hold rates than normal. So we just omitted those from the list. So there are a couple things that did kind of get chopped out because those Datacrons, one of them is not even here anymore, so it's not helpful. All right, let's start with the first one. Phasma First Order TIE Pilot Omicron. I was very surprised to see this on the list with only a 3% hold rate. I kind of assumed, I guess it makes sense, right? Because I think Wampa solos it. I think Grievous beats it. I think there's lots of things that beat it. I don't know that you're going to be able to use this for much on offense, but I can go ahead and tell you now it's a Wampa solo. So you're giving up a free -1 max banner win. So by setting that, you're just essentially giving your opponent a complete max banner win, so just stop setting it. Even if you don't get use on offense, try to find something Wampa solo. Alright, next one up is going to be the Chief Chirpa Nisa Wicket. I don't have data whether that's all with like Nisa Ami, because I think Nisa's Ami is 5v5 and 3v3. Oh, hers is Territory Wars. Who might think? Oh, it's Chirpa, right? Yeah, so I don't have data whether it's Chirpa Ami or not, but I'm going to assume a large amount of it is. I don't think people are saying this without the Ami, but it's hard to say. But what I can say is probably even with, it's got a 6% hold rate, guys. Same thing as before. You're getting soloed by stuff. Stop setting it on defense. All right. Some of these feel obvious. We're starting at the highest percentages here, and we're going to work our way down. You're going to be shocked by some of the 90-91% because they're teams that I am setting that I didn't realize were that bad. So you'll be shocked by some of these as we get further down the list. And if you want me to do now, after this video, if you want me to do the best 3v3 teams, let me know in the comments. I want to, so if you guys want to see that, I'll do that. Next up is going to be Boss Nass. I think this is not so much that Boss Nass is bad on defense. I think it's more that everyone just knows their counters at this point. Everyone is saving a Treya, they're saving a Great Mothers, they're saving a Bane, right? Like, everyone just knows what to save for Gungan at this point. I think that's why the hold rate's only 7%. Or Bo-Katan, right? Like, all the counters for Gungans are quite consistent, and pretty much every GL beats it pretty consistently. I will say, though, if you are never getting holds out of this and you think you maybe are having troubles like a Balin on offense, I believe this beats Balin. So you could pull this off defense and fight Balins instead of setting it and getting holds 7% of the time. Geos. I don't think this is really crazy to anybody, but now, obviously, if you're in Carbonite and you're Chromium, Geos are probably an important part of your defense, right? But up in Kyber and Erodium and stuff, this needs to no longer be on defense because you're getting two-manned at best. People are doing like a Krennic, Vader, Thrawn, whatever, two-man against your Geos. The third member, it didn't seem like it mattered, so I just left it off. So you can stop setting Geos on defense in case that wasn't already obvious. Night Sisters, 92% on this, and that was this lineup particularly had only an 8% hold rate. I think people were hoping that Marin would cancel out Troopers. That's not happening. This beats Jabba, okay? That's the important thing I really want to take away. Talzin, Daka, Marin beats Jabba, and you're getting an 8% hold rate on defense. Pull this off defense, use it on offense to beat Jabba. You just need Talzin and Daka to die, and then auto-base Marin, dead Jabba. So, pull this off defense. Nuke B1 Django. People just know their counters. This has been around in the meta since 3.3 came out. You're getting a 9% hold rate, but you could take this on offense and just run over those Qui-Gon Jinn teams that have a higher than 9% hold rate. Run over those Qui-Gon Jinn teams and make great banners because B1 doesn't care. Newt's going to revive, and Jango will be damage immune. So just take this on offense and beat up on some Qui-Gons or some other stuff. Stop setting on defense. DTMG, 90%, I mean, 10% is not bad, right? 10% is not a bad hold rate. I think if you're going to set this, you need to find a way with your lineup to try to box out Radis, because I think that's the biggest issue right now is people are just dumping Radis on this, or they're dumping Malgus. Like, it's eating reasonably big teams, but you're not getting holds because none of those are sketchy counters. They're all consistent counters, right? 3v3, kind of the name of the game, is all about making your opponent draw battles and either run out of teams or just have crazy inefficiency because no one knows the counters as well. So if you make them have to really reach into the bank and find counters, you're going to make them mess up. Next up is going to be Commander Luke Chewie 3PO. This really shocked me. I'm setting this right now. This has been a staple defensive team forever, and it feels like the only consistent counter that I like is like something Sith Empire related. So this really shocks me. I don't know, maybe you guys know, what are people using on this that's not like Sith Empire? Because I swear that's like Darth Revan lead or something. It's like the common, or like Treya. Like I don't, like, what are people really using that stuff on it every single round? Because I don't know, what are you guys using on that one? Because that one confuses me a little bit to see on this list for sure. And I'll take a small break to say, if you're not subscribed, we are pushing for 1,000 subs. We are at 893 last time I looked, so I just need 107 more of you. If you like my content, video wise, shorts, live streams, I encourage you to subscribe. It's free, and we're pushing for 1,000 subs, and I would love to have you here more frequently. Let's get back into the video. Next up, this is our last two. We've got Radis, Jin, K2 Cassian didn't seem to matter in the rates there. This is one that, yeah, it only has a 10% hold rate. I would also just bring it on offense because you can smack any Empire team, right? Like, if they decide to set like a Vader lead thing or DTMG, or you need to clean up like a Star Killer, like, this is just fantastic for anything Empire. And even then, it's going to beat some of the just weird, like, shorty droid types, like, just weird stuff. And it's going to come out with clean banners because of the ult from Radis, right? So it has great banner recovery, which makes it a strong offensive team in 3v3, as well as just not having a great defensive hold rate. So I would think about that one. Next up, we got General Syndulla, Padawan Sabine, and Fulcrum. I also set this one, so that's two of these that I know for a fact I'm setting on my main account. I didn't expect this to only have 10% hold rate, I'm going to be honest. And maybe people are using Balin on this Syndulla team. I mean, if they are, that helps. You know, like that, I think that's a win, right? I am surprised to see it on this list, though. I'm going to have to really deep dive into what's beating that one to decide if I want to put it off defense or not, because I don't think I'm going to use it on offense. And it feels like most people, this one is new, right? So that's the difference between 90% here and 90% here. This is new, which means people don't know the counters off the top of their head, and not everyone is going to SWGOH and looking for counters. It's like, I think this will work, right? So the CLS thing, though, people know their counters. So I think I'm going to have to find a way to get this off defense, potentially. This, I think I'd leave a little bit longer. But yeah, so I even learned something doing the research for this one. I hope you guys did too. I hope this helps you refine your 3v3 defense. If you want to see, again, a strongest 3v3 defensive video, let me know. We can do that. Either way, like, subscribe. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know your thoughts on some of these teams. And I'll see you in the next one.